Goal 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals, Quality Education, describes STEM and STEAM curriculum. There are currently two educational approaches to teaching children in the U.S., the STEM curriculum and the STEAM curriculum. STEM focuses on educating students in 4 specific disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM incorporates these principles into a cohesive paradigm that encourages motivation, engagement, and employs real-world applications. STEAM adds the arts to education and uses the 5 points to guide student inquiry, dialogue, and critical thinking. STEM supporters believe that curriculum naturally involves the arts. Examples include product design and the communication skills needed for language arts. STEAM supporters say incorporating the arts into the other disciplines devalues arts' importance. These two forms of teaching are not too different from each other. Exploring opportunities where art naturally fits into the STEM narrative can help create a healthy balance. Treating art as an applied subject, such as math and science, will give students a new discipline to learn that can also be applied to real-world situations. Design classes can help students learn how to create logos and organize information into presentations. Performing arts, like drama and speech, can help translate into technical writing and persuasive writing skills, which are abilities used in technology-driven and marketing career fields. Creative planning calls for students to use the right side of their brain to think outside of the box, which can come in handy when needing to create content and innovative thinking. Science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics are all important factors that make up the curriculum. Being able to learn about all of them will lead to well-rounded and versatile professionals.
Xavier, are you with us?
I'm Xavier Jerome Usanga. I'm presenting on the prevalence of Ichthyophthirius Multifiliis in Clarias Gariepinus in 2 Homestead fish ponds in Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. Introduction. Ichthyophthirius multifiliis, H, is commonly known as a white spot disease. It is a major problem for aquarists and commercial fish producers worldwide. The disease spreads crowded. It is capable of causing massive mortality within a short duration, if not noticed. Each can multiply into hundreds of thousands of new parasites. This organism is an obligate parasite, and it is the main parasitic threat to freshwater fish and commonly found in gills and the dermis of fish. Each is a parasitic disease causing significant fish mortality and spread in crowded conditions and warm water temperatures. The aim of this research was the present study seeks to investigate the presence and prevalence of Ichthyophthirius multifiliis in Clarias Gariepinus in Homestead fish ponds of each, to identify key risk factors associated with infestation and to recommend control measures. This is experimental fish, study site and methods. Mature Clarias Gariepinus were obtained from 2 Homestead fish ponds using hand nets from respective study sites for the duration of 4 months. A total of 120 Clarias Gariepinus were collected from both ponds, each, 60 each. The fish were transported back to the Fishes and Aquaculture Laboratory Institute of Oceanography, University of Calabar, for identification and examination. The catfish were sorted according to their origin of source prior to parasitological analysis. The specimens were based on licensed ponds were analyzed using Pond Lab 200 water test kits using the methods of Ayo et al. 2018. Now, the results or findings of the present study indicates here from Homestead PON 1 and 2, it could be seen that PON 1 infection rate was 13.13% and PON 2 was higher with infection rate of 15% respectively. Now, the observations here shows that there was a variation in infection rates, which suggests a potential link between the water quality and the parasite infestation. Now, results of the water quality analysis. From the table here indicates that the pH and oxygen, dissolved oxygen with ammonia temperatures were the key findings here, were the key parameters taken. Now, it was observed that ammonia levels in PON 2 was 2.4 plus or minus 0.1 per million compared to PON 1. This indicates that there was a poor water management, which identified as a key factor in parasite prevalence in these respective ponds. Now, prevalence of parasite is low, which was at 13.13 observed in the present study in PON 1 and 15% in PON 2, which is lower than 19.17 for P. levancus at Clarias Gariepinus in Enugu, but higher than 11.8 reported for the Great Quarry River, Calabar. Now, the structural morphology of Ichthyophthirius Multifiliis, as indicated in plate 1, isolated from Clarias Gariepinus, looks like a tiny white grains of salt. These chronic infections were observed on the skin and gills, where it turned pale and very swollen. Each infestation poses a significant risk to the fish health and aquaculture productivity. Now, why it was found in these regions? Because the gills is mostly the organs of what? Respiration for the fish. Now, the effective water management is crucial to reduce the infestation rates of this disease. However, regular monitoring and improved farming practices are necessary to prevent what? Prevention. Now, the recommendations for this is, we recommend regular training for fish farmers on best practices, implement water quality management strategies, which is a prerequisite for every aquaculturist. Now, we need to quarantine appropriate treatment of infected fishes to ensure that the host stocks are not affected. And we need regular water exchange to prevent ammonium buildup. Now, in summary, effective management of water quality and farm practices can mitigate the impact of each and safeguard fish health. However, continued research and farm education are essential to sustain aquaculture productivity. So acknowledge my co-authors and from their respective institutions, Dr. Yaya, Professor Agunku, and Dr. Victor Oscar, and also thanks the conference organizers and participants for their attention. So I look forward that the disease that have been isolated from here will sequence the genes and go into molecular analysis of it. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you so much for that presentation, ascension, and insight. I guess, yes, food is important and sustainable fish production is also important to every one of us.